Hmm. Hold up. Hello there, my good people. How are all of you? Today, I'm here to talk about the Batman. I just got out of watching it, well, like an hour and a half ago, and I really loved it. So, yeah, just gonna wait for more people to get in chat. But, yeah, the Batman, really fucking good. Like, surprisingly fucking good. More than I would have expected. And yeah, I'll be playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart in the background as I do this. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this film. Hello, Ethan. How are you? What's the one time you're not gonna be able to? I'm not gonna be able to avoid spoilers from you. Oh no, I can't save you from the spoilers. It is fucking good. I agree. Yeah, it was really good. Um, Soundtrack, honestly, the best part. Even if you like, the entire film is fantastic. Michael Giacchino was insane.
Now I can finally experience the city
That's a
like with
that's
proper
very good,
perspective.
Shandy. You gonna be watching? Cause I imagine you're gonna try to avoid spoilers. But yeah, I'm I'm good. How are you? I'm really good as well. I yeah, I'm very excited about the stake on the Batman by um Matt Reeves. It honestly is like the way he's going by it is very reminiscent of shit like Batman Year One, for example. Like it was really good. Yeah. Oh shit! I just realized my hold on, my controller is making noises, which is not good. So give me a sec. Maybe. What is the maybe for? Is it, are you gonna stay or are you not? I'm not sure. I remember what I asked. Controller speaker. Let me just turn that off. Okay, there. But yeah, I don't know. It was um, it if it felt like if David Fincher had made this film pretty much. It was extremely Seven. It was definitely focused a lot on the mystery surrounding the Riddler, and I really liked the build up. But I think the scene where he talks to the Batman is like probably the best scene in the film. It was really good at it's showing Riddler's character without it feeling just like an exposition dump. It felt like the the Riddler was like extremely just excited to meet his hero, which was Batman, which was really interesting. Plus, Paul Dane was fantastic. So seeing that one scene where he actually like gets to act other than when he's wearing a mask is really cool. Not to take anything away from him, because even when he's wearing a mask, it's fantastic. So yeah, I gotta get there. I don't know how I need to go by doing that. I think here, yeah. But yeah, and then at the end with the yeah, I think I'll dip out over spoilers. Guys, enjoy the movie. I hope this other BS doesn't affect your day too much. Oh yeah, I won't let it affect me, but thanks. But yeah, I'm also really interested in what they're doing in regards to the last scene in the film, which for if people are still here who don't want to be spoiled, I'll wait a bit to talk about it. But yeah, it seems a lot like Matt Reeves has a pretty good plan of where to go with this story, which I really love. Plus the casting for that scene was really good, but I'll get to that afterwards. I don't know, this is kind of just a ramble because I just finished the film. It's kind of just like general thoughts. But yeah, I don't know. It also was very interesting in how like I've read that he wanted to make like a full story, I guess, with like being open for a sequel. And I'm not gonna lie, I think he was lying. Because it definitely felt like he made this film intending for it to have a sequel from like the get-go. I don't think he intended it to be anything else. Because, yeah, the film was definitely just going for, like, yeah, let's set up shit for our next film. And, like, having shit like Batman's character being way, like, early in his career, which was really interesting. Yeah. Well, how do I get that? I think if I just go here, it should be fine. Okay. Let's see. I really liked Andy Serkis as Alfred. I think I was kind of skeptical of that casting because it felt really weird to me. Kind of felt like, well, Andy Serkis is not the kind of guy I would feel like Michael Caine type character, right? Because, you know, he's just not that kind of guy. But he didn't actually play that kind of character. I don't think I'm gonna put infinite health. But yeah, he never felt like he played that kind of character. He felt like he played his own take on Alfred, which was way more interesting than Michael Caine or Jeremy Irons, because he was like, not a veteran, I don't think, but he worked with like MI6 or shit like that, which is a really cool fucking concept. And having him be the one who taught Bruce how to fight, I think that's really cool and adds a lot to their dynamic. Especially when he gets blown up and Bruce was like, you know, I never thought I'd feel that fear again. I thought I conquered that. Or never thought I'd feel fear again, just in general. But he does, which is the fucking, you know, the fear of losing someone he loves so much. So yeah, that was really cool. Hello, Ciso B. Heimendinger. Batman Joker bearing perfect ones for Killing Joke live action. I don't know if I would like a Killing Joke this early in the in Batman's tenure, I guess. I don't know, because Batman needs to grow a lot to get to the point where he can make Killing Joke, because the point in that is that Joker has been Batman's foe for a while, and because it's going to be a trilogy, I don't really want them to do Killing Joke, but there are a lot of other stories they could do that I think could be really interesting with the Joker. So yeah, I don't know. I still really want like a good Killing Joke and Dark Knight Returns adaptation on screen. Though, like, more grounded, The Dark Knight Returns, because it would be more focused, I guess, on Batman. I don't really want him, like, to fight Superman, so... But there's a way to adapt to that. Especially if you use Bane, I think that could be wise. So, let me get you the ship. But, yeah, I don't know. Barry Keoghan is fantastic casting, and genuinely, when you told me that, that he was the one who was was the character, I really dug that. He's one of my favorite actors working today, and like the moment you told me, like, yeah, he's just perfect for the role, isn't he? Like, it just clicked. So yeah. But after like 3 or 5 movies, yeah, I think the issue is that I think Matt Reeves is only planning a trilogy, so I don't think this Batman would be the one to do it with. Even though I would like it, I'm not sure he'd be the one to do it. Though I might be wrong. It depends on what Matt Reeves does. Especially because he's also going to be developing Gotham as like world building with his Gotham PD TV show. So that's going to be interesting. So who knows? Maybe it'll be maybe it's something he could do. But I don't know. Not sure I would love it. As of now, anyway. The Batman or Joker? Good question. I will not answer that right now. I need to rewatch the Batman, and I need to rewatch the Joker as well, because it's been a while. I think I think that Joker is better, but that I might like Batman more. Because the Batman felt way more like a spectacle, I guess, which was really cool for me. Like, it felt really like an experience, and Joker felt more personal. So I don't know. I am not sure, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with. We jump there, but yeah, man, that was really good. I am so happy. I was so worried that it might not be great. Even though I hadn't seen like anything but positive shit from it. There was nothing I saw from like trailers and shit like that that I didn't like. So yeah. How do I get there? All right. But yeah, it's also gonna be interesting to see how Barry Keoghan is gonna fare up against Joaquin Phoenix. So I doubt it's gonna be like easy to compete with that. But I don't know. I think he could do a really good job on the role. Like honestly, it is really just like bang on at casting. Which, by the way, casting this film was phenomenal. Just all round, Paul Dane, phenomenal as the Riddler. Generally like Heath Ledger level performance. Did you like that they didn't merge both universes? Or like Phoenix in this? I like that. I don't want Joaquin Phoenix's universe to be touched anymore. I want like that film not only for it to be just standalone with like no sequels. I don't want it to have any connections to any universe, multiversal shit, or you know, interconnected universe or whatever the fuck. I very much prefer to do it separately and to just tell their own stories, because I feel like that Joker is a way more meaningful character the way he is now than he would be if he were Batman's foe. Because I don't think like that's a Batman story, that's a story about a character that's called Joker. So, yeah. And plus, we already have Barry Keoghan, so that makes me even happier. But, yeah, it just means we're gonna get two live-action Jokers that, like, are amazing fucking actors in a small amount of time. Well, three, right? Because Heath Ledger was amazing as Joker, regardless of how well he was written, so, yeah. Whew, man. The chase scene with Penguin, that was, like, really impressive. Like, impressively good. That was probably the best shot fucking chase scene I've seen in anything, really. Like, it was really fucking good without the rain, and then it had the best focus pull I've seen in like anything, where the Penguin was shooting Batman's car, but it had like bulletproof windows, but the windows were still getting like cracked. They just didn't break through. And then there was a focus pull from the cracked windows to Batman's face, and that was so fucking good. I was at the edge of my seat during the entire chase. Though, yeah, that chase is just, all in all, just like a full-ass like ride. It was so cool, especially watching it IMAX. It was really good. What do I have to do? Oh, there's a thing here. How do I get down there? I think around there. But yeah, very much like this film. Hard to find things that I didn't like. I probably will spot some on my rewatch, because I don't think it's like perfect, but close to perfect. I was thinking like some shit, but my brain just kind of let that stuff go, because I was focusing more on just enjoying the film. So yeah. Also, it was really interesting. Like, it was really good, well paced. So like, you have Eternals, which is 2 hours and 37 minutes, and as much as I love that film, you can definitely feel the runtime. But with Batman, the Batman, I really didn't. And I feel it's like, even though the film is really slow for a lot of its, a lot of the beginning of the film, especially, the film isn't like ever, I don't know, like crawling to the finish line. It actually felt like it was making it, like doing what it had to do as fast as it could, I guess. Which meant that the... Oh, that's where I gotta go. Okay. Which meant that, like, like, the mystery with everything with, Riddler and, how you just Batman finding clues and following the riddles to get to that endpoint. It all felt like if you were following a character from David Fincher, like, I know people have been comparing to David Fincher a lot, but like, if it just felt like watching Seven and you're watching Brad Pitt uncover a lot of shit, and then by the end you realize what the end point is, and you think, oh fuck, the main character just lost. That chase scene was fucking awesome. I truly lost my breath for a minute. Yeah, genuinely, it was like, I was not breathing. I was so on edge. It was so good. Describe Barry Joker to the best you can. Like, physical look, laugh vibe. His vibe is of a really young Joker, which I like a lot. It felt like he didn't really have a lot of experience and felt more unhinged than you see something like Heath Ledger's Joker. Yeah, we didn't see the... we only saw, like, his silhouette, as was said in chat. And we also didn't really... like, he didn't talk much, I guess. But, from what he did, he felt really comfortable in the role, I'd say. He did not... I couldn't, like, have guessed that it was, Barry Keoghan, because of how, like, his voice and demeanor completely changed from what I know him to be, which is, like, I've seen him in a lot of shit because I really like him as an actor, so that was really interesting. We saw, I think the most we saw was a bit of, like, on the left of his face, and it seems like his mouth is like a big scar where you can see the inside of his mouth, like his teeth here, but I might be wrong because it's just on screen for like 2 seconds and I had to and then they cut away, so you know, you're probably gonna get a good look once you can see like leaked photos from, well, not leaked, but you know, photos from people watching in theaters and shit like that. So yeah, but okay, gotta go there. How the fuck am I gonna get there? We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. From what we saw, he definitely felt like extremely comfortable in the role, as if just like he knows how to be Joker, which was really cool to see from an actor that he definitely fits the type to play Joker, but that I never thought would play Joker. So yeah, that was cool. And I'm really excited about the way he interacted with Riddler, because it felt like it could, in the sequel, they're gonna have not only Riddler but Joker as well working together, which would like step up a notch the plan for how to take down Batman and kind of like conquer the city in a way. So that would be really cool, and especially makes sense considering how young Riddler is, to kind of have Joker indoctrinate him into his way of thinking, I suppose. Which is even like the Riddler in this film, he is pretty much just like indoctrinated in a way. Even though he kind of did it to himself, because he really just looks up to the Batman, and that's what causes a lot of his well, that's what causes his entire character pretty much. Like, he's inspired by the Batman, and that's how he starts his plan, is to try to continue Batman's work on Gotham City, to, you know, rid the world, rid the city of the people who are causing harm against it, which are like rich assholes and corrupt politicians and shit like that, which for the Riddler even included Bruce Wayne, which is really interesting, because, you know, Batman is Bruce Wayne, so it's like you really misunderstood what Batman stands for, which is the point of the film, that Batman has caused an impact, which is something he wanted, but he hasn't caused the impact he wishes he had, which was to, you know, do good, I guess. Have to go. Love you and the Batman. Yeah, see you later, man. I need to find another... Where is it? I gotta go there. No clue to get there, we'll see. But, yeah, I really dig the way they explored Batman as a character here, because I feel like a lot of times people, like you see in The Dark Knight, it's like, oh, the Batman is a symbol of hope, or you know, the city. They're all doing it like, you know, they all prove that Batman is right, that you know, he stands for hope, for helping people and shit like that. When in this film, it's a way different approach of like what he wanted to do isn't matching up with the way he wanted it to go, because he was doing it the wrong way. He was doing it for vengeance as opposed to wanting to help people. He was only looking out after himself and his own motives, I guess, which are to get revenge on the city and the corruption that took his family from him. So, I don't know. I think that is a really cool exploration of not only Batman as like mythos kind of thing, but also just this, also just Gotham as a whole, especially being a city that's like so devoid of hope. And then it's like you can tell that it's not just the city that's devoid of hope, but also him and Catwoman, which is shown when he talks to her, and she's like, "Oh, you expect the worst in people. Maybe we're not so different." Because, well, yeah, they're both the kind of people who have been beaten down their entire lives. So, to expect good from people in general, just not in their nature, I suppose, which I think is really neat, personally. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else to say. It's really hard to think because, you know, film's so fresh on my mind, it kind of feels like I don't remember exactly what happens, like, chronologically. It was really interesting, though. The film kind of just, like, throws you at the deep end, like, in the thick of it, and it's like, you're gonna pick up everything as the film goes on, so don't worry about it. It never felt like the film, the film wasn't, like, showing his parents being murdered or anything like that. It just went in being like, okay, yeah, this is Batman. He's dealing with a new threat, which is the Riddler, and this is him trying to stop the Riddler, and he's already working with Commissioner Gordon. So, and it's like, it never feels like you're missing anything. Like, genuinely, it always feels like, oh yeah, obviously this is how this story would go. Like, this is fucking, I shouldn't have jumped off there, but alright. But yeah, it just feels like it's telling its own story, like, perfectly. You never feel like you're missing something from like character development or anything. It's all really, like, pretty well laid out, which I really like. Like, I thought Bruce is a really interesting character. He's not like the most developed character I've seen in comic book films. I wouldn't say this is like the best exploration of Bruce Wayne that I've seen. Actually, might be. Well, counting comics, he's not, but not counting comics, then I would say he's definitely the best. At least live action, because I haven't seen all the what's the name? I haven't seen all the animated films. But yeah, like, his character isn't like extremely deep, but you can get a lot from him, and how he's like extremely angry, and his anger is kind of like what causes him so many issues in the film, is that he's way too rash and emotional, even though he doesn't want to be. You know, he's trained himself not to be like that, but he can't help it, I guess, which is yeah, it's definitely something that I can see being explored further in a really meaningful way, especially when he realizes that, you know, Batman's supposed to stand for hope, rather than vengeance, which is what he has been all about in the entire film. Which especially gets shown after he beats up a Riddler thug in the end of the film, and the thug says, he asks, "Who are you?" And the thug says, "I'm Vengeance." And it's like, oh yeah, you can tell that this is definitely not what Batman wanted. Batman didn't want you know, be associated with these people. He didn't want these people to get the idea that you should just take vengeance on, like, everyone, and like, I guess the entire city for ruining their lives. So he decides, you know, not to stand for vengeance but for hope, which is way. It's like Batman becoming the Batman we know, I guess. Fucking, I have no clue how to get to where I want to go right now. But, yeah. Let's see. Is it open? I think I can go through the elevator. Might be able to. The Batman, more like Scatman, huh? Hello, Jeb. How are you doing? Can I go here? I can't? Okay. Don't know what to do then. So I gotta get here. Well, anyway. Yeah, let me see what else I can think of to talk about with this film. I really liked Penguin, Colin Farrell's Penguin. He was like the most comical bit of the film, I'd say. But I don't think he was like in any way like over the top. Like, it never felt like it was incongruent with the tone of the film, which is a very like grounded and somber, dark, I guess, serious tone. So yeah, I'd like that a lot. That you know, there's some bits of levity, and there's especially one where he is, after he's captured by Commissioner Gordon and Batman, and then they leave him to get to the next clue, I think. Yeah, they leave him to get to the next clue and Riddler's riddles, and then they just leave him tied up, and it's like, "Are you gonna leave me here?" It's like, yeah, that was really funny. Like, there's quite a few bits of really funny, like, comic relief. It never felt like just like a downer film, though it is very much just like not at all like an upbeat film in a sense, but you know, it's still just like fun, so I appreciate that. I'm good. Wish I could stay with the movie and out yet here in the States. And you know what they say about spoilers. Yeah, don't worry. I've specifically given the spoiler warning in the title for that reason. I watched it before most people, so I assume a lot of people will watch this on the archive version. But it is no problem. I just realized that my banner on my overlay on OBS is not upgraded for my current name. So I will remember to do that later today. But yeah. So let's see what else is really interesting to talk about. I assume I'm gonna be better to talk about all this after I've rewatched it Friday. But yeah. Oh well, yeah. Honestly, the soundtrack, best part of the film, of like an already amazing film. The soundtrack was like another level fantastic. It was so like it fit. It's hard to even describe because I'm not like the best at talking about music, I guess. But it fit what the film was going for in a way that I haven't seen like a long time. Because, you know, there are like good soundtracks, but this one, especially with the Batman motif, the ba 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 ba, it's like, wow, okay, you really just created one of the best, most iconic like leitmotifs, haven't you? And yeah, Michael Giacchino is just like a genius. So yeah, really loved the entire soundtrack. I'll be listening to it like over and over and over, as I do with a lot of movie and TV show soundtracks that I like. But yeah, it was like trying to think of a way to compare it. It is very like operatic and grandiose, but it also felt very personal. Like, yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. I don't know, just really a good soundtrack. I will again formulate my thoughts better after a rewatch. Oh fuck, who's shooting at me? Let me get a Peacemaker. Yeah. Let's see. This probably won't be a long stream because, again, just rambling. But I really just wanted to talk about this film after it was done. Because, like, I was expecting it to be good. Did not expect it to, like, blow me away. It blew me away. The interesting thing, though, that felt really... I don't know, it was kind of, like, a bit off-putting at the end, was how it didn't feel like the film ended. Because it was so clearly setting up a next film. So, like, I can definitely tell, like, why the film ended where it did. It's the end of this Batman's arc for this film, which is to realize that a path of vengeance is not the way to go, and you should follow a path of wanting to inspire people and to, you know, giving hope to powerless people, which is more the point of what Selina tries to do. Am I missing a collectible here? Where? Which? I'm confused. What's the collectible that I haven't looked at? Oh, okay, the Zircon family. Alright, I'll listen to this on my own time because I don't want to pay attention to the game. I want to more talk about the Batman. So... See, I forgot what I was saying. I shouldn't have paid attention to the game. But the... Fuck, I really just don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the way the film didn't end. It was like... So, Batman's arc is done. Selina's arc is done. Well, done for this film. No, but, you know, their entire character journey is still got a long way to go. Though I think if Selina's character ended here, I'd be fine with it. But, Batman is just really, like, beginning of his tenure. So he's not even close to being fully developed, which is good. But, like, other than that, it felt kind of like Dune, where it just ended and you're like, oh, I guess I gotta wait until, you know, the end of the story, because that wasn't anywhere close to being the end. So, yeah, it's kind of what it felt like. Oh shit, there's here. Gotta get there, I guess. Alright. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It kind of felt jarring to me, because I was... Especially because the third act, it was interesting. There was, like, no big showdown between Batman and Riddler, or any, like, big bad. And there was no resolution. Like, the resolution is just... The city will try to rebuild after this tragedy, but we know that it's not going to go well. And Batman just has a job to do to try to keep the city safe during this time of rebuilding it. So yeah, it definitely felt more like it was just, you know, just, oh yeah, end of part 1, wait for part 2 in fucking December 2023, when in fact it'll probably take like a few years to make it, which I don't really like as just like a general concept, because it means I'm gonna have to wait a long time to actually get like a conclusion for the story. But if it's as good as this, then no rush. Just Matt Reeves do what the fuck he wants to do and it'll go great. Because yeah, the dude clearly knows what he's doing with this character. So I'm fully on board with this take. Yeah. Let's see. Not sure how long I'm gonna stream, by the way. Just kind of like wanted to share my thoughts after I watched it, because I've been planning to do this a while before the film was released. It's just that, you know, it's a film I really was looking forward to, more than like 90% of the films I've coming out. So yeah, I think, let me see if there's something else I'd like to talk about. The fight scenes were really good, as in like they really did not hold back on like how raw they felt. And it's interesting that like Batman, he didn't feel like he was just winning everything just because he's Batman. So he gets hit a few times and like shot. And even when his armor does stop bullets, it's not like it's just like completely negating his... The fuck is this? Is this spy bot? I think it might be. Yeah, it is. Oh, I can just riff there. Alright, good. So like there's a moment where he's shot with a shotgun to his stomach and he almost passes out. He only doesn't because he takes an adrenaline shot, and he does so to save Selina because she was about to die fighting the guy who shot him. So that was a really like tense moment, and it really felt like Batman was just like exhausting himself simply for the sake of helping Selina, which is nice. You know, it's just like, yeah, Batman would help Selina no matter what. And it also, in that same scene, is the one where he almost beats up that guy to death. And it felt like, wow, okay, he really... not only is he really just, like, not holding back at all, he's really unhinged to a point where he needed to be stopped by Gordon. And especially after everything that happened, he realizes, which is, like, what he informs him to realize, that he shouldn't be as unhinged, he shouldn't hold back. He should hold back with thugs and shit like that, because even though he has his code, it's not like he's been upholding it like perfectly. So like when he was chasing Penguin, he put his life in danger, and I feel like he didn't care because it's like, well, Penguin kind of put himself in his own situation, which was shown earlier by Batman telling Catwoman that you know, people just kind of have to face consequences for their own actions. So I feel like he thought anything that might happen to Penguin in that chase didn't ultimately matter because he deserved it, because he would have deserved it, which I think is a really cool way to show how this Batman is just like not the Batman we know right now, and he will become that Batman as time goes on, you know? How do I get up there? But yeah, so again, really good exploration of Batman as a character, which I think a lot of people will miss because the character work in this film is very subtle. And I say like very subtle. I feel like it's a lot that's said with very little, which me personally I really like, but I think a lot of people will miss that and feel like this Batman's like one-dimensional. Or like his arc wasn't earned or whatever shit like that, when in fact it would be like the opposite. I guess I can go there because it's the only place I haven't really explored. Can't I? Thought I'd be able to, but I guess not. How am I gonna... Oh yeah, the elevator right there, I think. Yeah. So, yeah. As much as people might think this is like very thin on character for Bruce, at least, or for any character anyway, I don't think that's the case. I think it's a very character driven story, especially because of how Paul Dane's Riddler is just like a mirror of the Batman, which is really cool. It's like you have, I mean, obviously we know the origin story from like comics and shit for Riddler being like a fanboy, but I feel like the way this is done is very much try to find a word. It's very like realistic in how you have people looking up to heroes without knowing exactly, like without understanding their positions and their values because of their lack of just basic like social understanding of social cues and situations, which is something that I feel like they're going for with this Riddler being like very socially inept, because he's very much just like a sociopath, which is quite interesting as well. I gotta go there. So again, really good character work. Man, I don't know. I was saying that Riddler might he's like good and everything, like really good. But I until now I hadn't thought of like how I would rank him in terms of how good he is. But honestly, he's like really fucking fantastic. He's one of the best comic book villains now that I think like further on his character. So I don't know. I think I might have been wrong in thinking that he wasn't like that deep of a character, because I think he really is. And now that, you know, obviously setting him up for a sequel with Joker as like his partner in crime, I guess, that will be really fucking interesting. And like really fucking interesting. Imagine Paul Dane and Barry Keegan. Actually, I think I might have said his name wrong before in the stream, but I don't remember exactly how to pronounce his name. At any rate, imagine the two of them. Man, those are gonna be some good fucking characters. Ah, shit, yeah. Man, when Paul Dane was losing his shit that his meeting with Batman didn't go the way it was supposed to, because, you know, he expected Batman to be on his side and shit like that. That was like, wow. That was like top tier acting. Like genuinely Heath Ledger level acting. Because he'd been so composed and so just like with an air of like the chaos inside his like on buried beneath the surface, I guess. But then you can actually kind of see how his mind is unraveling as he notices that his inspiration for everything he's done does not approve at all, obviously, and actually thinks the opposite of what he's doing is the right thing to do. Which I feel like is a great origin story for a villain. Especially when this villain has already been able to achieve so much on his like first outing. It kind of makes him like way more threatening than he would be if like his plan failed as well. So I also really appreciate that. Which, by the way, is such a simple plan, but it makes like perfect sense in how it's executed. With being able to gather people like that to bring justice to Gotham. Which is, I assume, based on New York City, because of the way the city was structured in this film, like just like visually. So it's like there's a lot of people who would like be willing to listen to him in that way. So like nothing ever felt like he was too forced or just, you know, doing something that was like too unrealistic for the world that it's trying to use, because it is such a grounded world that this film is going for. So yeah, that was really good. I'm not sure if I have much more to say. I'm gonna try to think now, but I think I might just end the stream here, unless there's anyone who watched the film who would like to join a call. But I don't think there will be, because last few days have been a bit hectic, I guess. So yeah. Why did I go? So here, right, then left. All right. But yeah, overall, really fucking good film. I don't know how I'd rate it so far. In terms of enjoyment, it was like, I enjoyed every single second of that. And just like, there's no other way to put it. It was just a really fucking awesome ride. In terms of like, objectively, wait, quotation marks. No, objectively. I'd say a 9 as of now. Though I'm not sure it would be able to list any like inconsistencies or whatever with the film. More so just like I feel like I don't want to give this a 10 just by like kind of remembering how I felt at certain points where I remembered I was like, I might have an issue with this. So I'll be more definitive on that rating on Friday after I rewatch the film. So I wouldn't just, you know, count my objective rating at much value as of now. However, I do feel like it's a like really good film overall. And there might be issues that I didn't notice, which I will hopefully notice next time, or just there aren't many, if at all, many issues if at all, because that would be just fantastic, wouldn't it? So let's hope that's the case. Yeah, I. Let's see. Oh yeah, Catwoman was a really interesting character. I actually really liked her. I thought she was... Wait, how do I... Is there no way to get out of here? Oh, here, alright. I thought she was, like, really well developed for what she is as a character. Like, it's not just that, like, oh yeah, she likes to steal from the rich to give to the poor, but she actually, like, acknowledges that a lot of these people she works for are, like, extremely privileged, but she has to do it. And it's like Batman says of, like, her betraying her nature just so she can make money, when it's actually deeper than that by virtue. And I'm gonna have to, I think I'm gonna have to go all the way around, right? Unless I'm retarded. Yeah, I think I might have to go all the way around. Isn't that fun? Yeah. Right? Unless I'm retarded, but I don't think I am. Yeah. Where, you know, she starts the film just by wanting to help Nika because she doesn't, like, feel like any good, like, she can't do any good. She's no good to anyone. But she just wants to help her friend. But then, you know, she helps Batman by, you know, him kind of showing her that, you know, she has hope for, he can create hope for the city, and so he can be, you know, he creates hope for her as well, that she can be better than she actually is. Even if she doesn't end up leaving by the end, I feel like she's like a much better person than she was at the beginning of the film. Yeah, I would say that's like a fair assessment, by her just being like willing to put her life on the line, or to help someone like Bruce, like, you know, help him like she did before. Oh yeah, good, this opens when in the third act fight. So yeah, she definitely really interesting character with how she changes throughout the film, but also how she just, like, oh fuck, I don't have any. All right. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna need the executor. But also, like, I feel like the way she makes Bruce realize that he should be more than what he is, you know, he should be less focused on vengeance, by virtue of her being so focused on vengeance herself, it makes Bruce realize, kind of like, you know, I shouldn't lead down the same path that she has. So it kind of feels like, firstly, he's just like, do as I say, not as I do, because he's just doing the same thing as she is. He's just not going to the extent of, like, pulling the trigger, but in principle it is the same. But then he actually, like, realizes, like, oh yeah, I'm no good for the city, the state that I am now, and I need to change. So they both change, Bruce more so because, you know, Selina is still who she is at her core, but she doesn't kill anyone, even though she does get her revenge. So yeah, that definitely also felt like, you know, she is is there a way to get in there? She's like a fully fleshed out character by this point. She isn't just but she isn't like fully a good person yet, which I don't think she ever would be, considering who she is and just like her own nature, I suppose. So yeah, I found that really interesting as well. I hope we see more of her, but if you don't, I'd understand as well, because like I said, it feels like her arc might be done here and just kind of like, you know, she spun off, some would say, into just going to another city and, you know, doing her own shit. So yeah, there's that, I guess. Did I get everything I needed from this? I think I did, right? Oh yeah, there's a... Here. The Kadara Station. Is this here? Or Dalian Kadara Station, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I felt like there were, like, no characters that, like, let me down. More so it's just, I really want to see more of them, which I imagine we will. So, it's not like I have an issue with anything like that. So it's like, there's nothing to complain, more so just to appreciate and want more of, I guess. So, it's kind of how I see it, anyway, as of now. Yeah, I think I might be done talking today. I really, 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 really like this film. I don't know when we're going to talk about it on Ecom, because Tin still has to see it, and I think she will watch it, like, not too soon. I think she's going to take a while to watch it, as far as I know. And Jeb still has to watch it. Plus, we can't stream this Friday, because I have a doctor's appointment during, Ecom time. So what I'm going to do is, after I go to the doctor, I'm going to rewatch the Batman with my dad. And so I'll be able to formulate my thoughts clearer, and then we are able to... Oh shit, I'm missing a golden boat. Shit, alright. Where would such a thing be? There. Okay. But, yeah, I think that this is it, for today. I've talked for, like, an hour all by myself. And I didn't even need my water, even though my throat is hurting a bit. But, yeah. The film is really good. I really, 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 really appreciate this take, that Matt Reeves has on, Batman. I feel like it is not only, like, a really fresh take, but a the take that really feels like the Batman that I'm used to knowing, I guess. Like, this is the Batman. So yeah, like, it really felt like the comics that I've read, or that the idea of Batman that I built up in my head is this film. Like, it's the combination of that, but like, actually, like, consistently written within itself, as like by the end anyway, because the Batman takes a while to become the Batman that we know and love. So yeah, I think that's all I can say for today. I really appreciate anyone who did watch this live, seeing as I know a lot of people haven't seen this film. I will re-upload this to my archive channel, but I think I might also leave it up on my main channel, simply because, you know, it'll be relevant in the days to come. So if people want to talk about it, and especially like just go in the comments and start discussions, I'd very much like that in the days to come. So yeah, hopefully, wait, does that not have the island here? Oh, they do. Okay, so how do I get there? Oh, I found the crag bear here. Okay, cool. So yeah, if people would like to, you know, talk about it in comments, or on Discord, especially if you want to go to the Ecom Discord and chat about it there, I will most likely be online, so I can discuss it with some people, because I'm really interested in hearing people's takes on this film. So yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, I guess, and I guess I will see you later. Good